Beautiful night, beautiful lights, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness to roll. Oh, yeah. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver this latest timeless channeled collective message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions that pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website located at LPHtarot.com. All right. We're going to get started with the overall energy for Tarot in the Shadows. I missed reading with you. I thought I was going to sit down and fix me something to eat, and I was like, well, I'm not really that hungry right now. Oh, I know what I'm hungry for. I need some of this spiritual food. So let's get into our card message and see what's coming out for Tarot in the Shadows at this time. I have the Your Dreams Will Come True tarot deck here. So let's see what's the dominant energy. Really like to see one card for this position. So let's see what's the overall experience, what's happening here. What's the overall energy? Okay, thank you. One card here. What's happening here? The sun is shining, baby. We have the sun tarot card coming out, Major Arcana number 19. Okay, it talks about completion of your joy. It talks about that serotonin pumping in your veins. It talks about that satisfaction. It talks about that happiness, pure positive energy and pure positive connection, conscious awareness, positivity, happiness, empowerment. It's Leo energy. It's innocence, the energy of innocence. Yeah, the power of the sun. Solar plexus chakra, which talks about ambition and drive and determination. Go get a mentality. Hey, you about your business. When the sun card comes out, so many times it's just that something is here making you happy. Happy as heck. I heard tickle pink like a bird in a tree. Okay. I don't know about birds and trees being tickle pink, but that's what I heard. Page of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. This has to do with a new adventure. Discovering something new, learning a new process, trying out a new restaurant, going to a new place, doing a new thing. It's some sort of new activity, a new adventure. Scouting a new place, discovering, traveling. I see your plans are finding happiness. You're finding happiness in your plans. I'm seeing things are coming to light. You had thought about what was possible if. I heard you had thought about what was possible if, and now what's possible if is showing up. So this is a beautiful reading already. We just got two cards, showing on the table. Got the whole deck, but I'm just saying two cards are showing on the table. So let's see. I also brought out the Spiral Oracle today to play. OMG. Thank you all for voting for me. My heart is so touched to see all your votes. I'm so grateful. Definitely keep voting. You have so many days to get in free votes. If all of you, even if you can't buy the votes, that's fine. There's free votes available. I've been sharing it to my profile on Facebook. On my TikTok, it's there. On my Instagram, it's there. And on my YouTube, it's there. The winner does get $40,000, and that will really be a great blessing that my family deserves. So it says that in my group, I'm in second place right now. There's different cutoffs, and I've been making the cut every time we're in second place on my group right now. So the final voting day or the announcement day, one of the two, is on December 22nd. So with all those days in between now and then, like, you still have a lot of free votes to get in. So I appreciate you. And I have a lot of, I've been screenshotting the votes as I've caught them as they come in, and I haven't had a chance to post them. So I'll be probably laying in bed posting them after this reading. But anyways, let's go back to this Spiral Oracle. Yeah, and then aside from that, I get a 2-page spread in a new beauty magazine where they're going to talk to me. And so, I'm going to talk about the channel. I'm going to talk about my spirituality. I'm going to talk about my nail shop. I'm going to talk about my family. I'm going to talk about the things that matters the most to me. So that'll be awesome. I think that the media coverage alone is beautiful because it's another platform to connect with people and share whatever of my story comes out. But yeah, that'll be awesome. So yeah, when we win, you'll know. Okay. And thank you all for your votes and support and sharing it. I see you. All right, let's see from the Spiral Oracle. What do we have to go with this happy sunshine? Good time sunshine. I see somebody with this on the Wisdom app. Who are you? Put some in the comments. Who's watching? Put some in the comments. I want to see who's with me. I won't know you're here if you don't comment. Even if you like it, I won't know if you're here because I only get to see the comments. I see the likes and that's awesome. But when I get to see the comments, then I know you are here. That's okay. Somebody likes to be a silent watcher, a stalker on my show. That's fine. You can stalk me, baby. Put me on replay, okay, all day. That's fine. All right. Coming out of the Spiral Oracle, we have Rising. Ooh, it's time for a new start. You're birthing into a new energy. You're rising up out of the waters. I see you've been through some emotional times, but now you're rising up above it all. You're trusting in your journey. You're trusting in your creations. You're trusting in your feelings. You're embracing the past, present, and the future. You're embracing the process. You know that everything happens for a reason. You have balance in your heart. You're having perfect moments and happy surprises and synchronicities. Trust is huge for you. Yeah, I see you trust in yourself and your own energy. You trust in the universe and what it has for you. Yeah. Hey, it's I. Welcome. Love to have you here. Okay, yeah. I even see somebody's practicing Tai Chi. I heard Tai Chi. Somebody's practicing Tai Chi. I heard you're a real fan of the graceful and gentle movements that actually require a lot of body strength to complete. I heard. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me see. If you're doing Tai Chi, I heard 10,000 points. If you're doing Tai Chi, 10,000 points. I also heard you, I don't know who you are, but you're like, I missed shadows. Yeah, I'm so happy you did shadows again. I know it's been busy. I ain't gonna lie. And I've been sleeping more hours than I used to. You guys remember I used to sleep like 4 or 6 hours? Now I'm sleeping more hours. So I don't know if you're vibing with that. I think I'm just falling into a schedule and waking up, taking the grandsons to school early in the morning has helped me change my schedule. So I actually sleep more at night now. So it's really cool. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the connection link. Ooh, and we have this. We have this eagle head with the ball of energy in his mouth, and then we have the form of a human with the huge ball of energy at its heart point, okay, and touching. It's connecting. So you're connecting to the spirit realm. You're connecting to your spirit. You're connecting to which direction you want to go. You found your spirit animal. Somebody found their spirit animal. Somebody found their spirit animal. Yeah. Oh, somebody put a comment on Wisdom App. Let's see what Wisdom App is talking about. Who's on Wisdom App with me? I reserve the right to screen all comments. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for sharing your presence with me. I'm so glad you're here. All right, on. Oh, look at that. She's helping low-income minorities, single parents, individuals, and youth with supportive services and mentor to achieve their goals with empoweryou.org. That's awesome. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. I'm glad that you connected with my energy to be here on the channel listening to my message tonight. So yeah, things are coming out better for people right now. So what I'm seeing, you could have been looking for something better to do, looking for a better way to feel, trying to put things together and make sense of some of the things. Because of this rising card shows the man coming up out of the water. Water for me, when I read in symbolism, always talks about emotions and spirits. So I see like you've been all in your feelings, baby. You've been all in your feelings, but it's been to help you connect with your spirit. When your feelings get intense, you tend to think about it. Everybody is like normal. You start to have issues and then you start praying more type of stuff, So it happens. It's real. It's not like when people go through things, they look for that higher power. They look for connections. They look for who do they know that can help. In this energy, it doesn't feel like you went necessarily to people. It really feels like you went to what do I have access? What do I know how to do? What can I access? What can I create through me is the vibe that I'm seeing here. And it looks like you're seeing results from what you've been doing. I don't feel like you're in the beginning of this. I feel like you've been doing this, and I feel like you're approaching this period where it feels like, yay, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I did that when I didn't know how it was going to work, and I didn't know how I was going to get through the day, and I didn't know how I was going to do this, that, and the other, fill in the blank, because there's so many different ones of us, even though the energy is under one umbrella. The smaller details, which are not minor, they're not minor at all, but they're just smaller details, more finite details. They're all individual for you. But let me see. I have the crystal reading cards. I'm just going to pull one and show the bottom from this deck as well. Let's see what else comes out in our energy at this time, because this is a collective reading, but so many of us are going to feel like it's a personal reading. But that's how it works on the channel. So, and then the message is timeless. So whenever you find it, it's when you're meant to find it. If you're listening to it when it's live, some of you are going to be looking for the message again, because it's going to touch on so many points for you. And I always love to read your comments when you say that this happens for you. All right, let's see. We got some good shuffles on the deck. Let's see what's coming out. What's the perfect message that everyone needs to hear here? Protection with black tourmaline. You've been knowing your so I just had this conversation today. I love the way this works. Blessed, safe, and protected no matter where I stand in my skin. I was just talking about the power of that statement, because I had a client and we were talking about all the junk going on in our society, like cloning and just a bunch of stuff, mind control stuff, and it's like, yeah, we know that they're doing that stuff. And what I mentioned was, but I constantly flip the script on it. Like, I stand in my power with it. I'm always blessed, safe, and protected no matter where I stand in my skin. And, that was done in the dark must be brought to the light. And they're already done with. Like, they're already lost. The energies that are anti-love energies, there's too much love here. It's already been taken over. And we're just seeing the repercussions of that, watching the fallout from it. And so that's a conversation I was having today about us being blessed, safe, and protected. Now, some of you may not feel that so strong. Some of you may not feel like you have that spiritual strength. I understand, because I've been there too. And so then that's why I have people like, wise man Bubba. I'm going to call him wise man Bubba. He ain't going to call himself that, but I'm going to call him wise man Bubba. He was talking about, hey, girlie. He said, watch out when folks is taking that heart medication. He says, I know two couples. They both live in the range of the same cell tower. And both of them had murder-suicide tragedies in their house. He said they're blasting frequency at these people. And if they're susceptible to it, if they're not in their power, they can fall prey to the mind control. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. He's like, so you got to tell all the people to get them a dime-sized piece of shungite that it will protect. I think he said a 30 feet radius around them. It will kill the mind control frequencies, and it will protect them. And I said, you know what, Bubba, the thing is, though, as long as we know we're blessed, safe, and protected, none of that stuff can mess with us. He's like, yeah, but everybody's not like me and you. Some of them need that. And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're doing the best they can with where they're at. And some folks might not feel the power within themselves to see that. So if you need something from nature to help you feel that type of protection against external influences of mind control and stuff like that, the shungite would be really good for you. Yeah, he said a 30 foot. I had to scroll through my text messages. I sent myself notes about our conversation. A 30-foot radius around you, it's a frequency killer. So when they try to send those mind controlling waves, it will kill that signal and it won't affect you. Again, all that can be done with that I'm blessed, safe, and protected no matter where I stand in my skin. So what you do is, even if you don't believe it at first, you begin to program the self. And then before you know it, not only will you believe it, but you'll see it all over the place. You'll see the different ways. And even while you're beginning to familiarize your energy with that knowing, It will recall to your mind. I'm hearing, this is a beautiful message. I'm hearing it will recall to your mind all the times where you have been blessed, safe, and protected. And you might not have noticed it then, but you're going to notice it now because Spirit will call it back to your mind now that you're focused in that direction. I'm hearing, so be very careful what you go looking for, because you might just find it, and you usually do. If you look long enough, you find it. Yeah, so let's see at the bottom of the deck here. It says creativity with fire agate. I heard your creation is protected. Your creation is protected. It's got your name on it. Only you could cash it out. I also did just see, though, anybody here, you do creative arts, you do your paintings, your poems, maybe it's a music, maybe, I don't know, whatever it is. If you put a C, a letter C with a circle around it, that's a United States copyright logo. And that's all you have to do to protect your art. So, if you're a unique creator, you're a very unique individual. Not all humans have the ability to create. And again, I was just having this conversation with the client too. I love the way this is working. They so prepared me for this reading before I knew it. Yeah, whatever you're creating, if you put that copyright logo on it, that's your copyright. That's it. I take it one step further. When I use a copyright, I like to put the date on it and my own little numerical sequence that is like a self-identity number thing. Anyways, but that came out. It's like your creation is protected. And so that was a sidebar message. Somebody really needed to hear that. You're welcome. You can put something in the comments if you needed that information. But yeah, I remember researching that a while back. That works. That's your copyright right there. So let's see what the African Goddess Rising Oracle has for us today. We haven't used this one in a little while, and I really was liking it. So let's see who we have from the African Goddesses to speak. What's the energy for our Tarot in the Shadows session tonight? So thankful and grateful to be here to deliver this message. I absolutely love and adore you. And I love what I do because it's for our empowerment. And I know that the more authentic and empowered that we are, no matter what our numbers, that we have a greater potency to our energy. We have the ability to reach a greater sphere. We have a greater sphere of energetic influence. Thank you so much. Welcome, Miriam. I'm so thankful and grateful to have you watching me live from Australia. Yes. So, sometimes when you're in a beautiful light energy, you got to recognize that the shadows become more noticeable when you are in a proud, bright light. I was trying to say bright light, okay? But those were the other words that came out with it. Yeah, so the shadows could be triggered because of your existence. So you walk around here, you ain't got nothing but love to offer the world and every human that crosses your path. But then you interact with these other beings and they just don't feel like they're filled with love, like filled with love and full of love like you are. And then you have these experiences and you're like, man, why did that happen to me? But I'm a good person. Why did that happen to me? Because you had a ugly experience with a shadow-based individual, somebody who lives in their shadow and they don't have no problem doing dirty. But this energy is looking like you're coming out of a lot of stuff. I feel intuitively, yeah, they're showing me that you're making a lot of sense about why certain things happened. How did it benefit you? What did it teach you? How have you evolved as a result of it? How did it make you more kinder, more compassionate? How did it highlight where you've been like that before in your past and now you realize what you had did before? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of reasons that these things happen. And it doesn't make you a bad person because these things happen to you. They're not happening to you because you're a bad person. Again, a lot of times when you're shining so bright, when you're in so much love, then, the ones that see that, they be looking at it. So part of this is you've had to learn to protect your energy. You had to learn the value of your energy. Love can be unconditional, honey, but there are standards and requirements for my presence. And you don't have none, then you probably getting screwed over sideways, upside down, this way and that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I learned. So you have a certain amount of energy all the time to contribute to this, that, or the other. But you in your selectiveness, that allows you to do so more consistently in a more beneficial way, in a more productive way. Thank you. Productive is a great word to use there. Yeah. In a more productive way, it allows you to do that when you don't busy bog down your energy going to all these different places that is just not feeding things that you align with, agree with, or are supportive of. And so that's one of the things that comes out that we have to look at. Like, it's okay to protect your energy, just like it's okay to protect your creations. I mean, you think about a mother, usually, if everything is right in her head and her heart, or not even always right, but if she's got some kind of sense, her children is usually her greatest creation. You can't even say that no more. But a real mom is gonna protect her kids, and she'll tell anybody, I will what that song, Bruno Mars, I'll catch a grenade for you. Any mother who loves her children will tell you, I'll kill for them, I'll go to prison for them, I'll do anything for my kids. And all that's all good and fine, and all that, but there's nothing wrong with protecting your kids. And then even with that, when I say that, so on the sidebar conversation, yeah, I would really wish that they would say that I would live a long, happy, wealthy, healthy life for my kids, and then they would probably have to fight less and kill less for their kids and go to jail less for the kids. I'm just saying, that's what I heard on the sidebar message for somebody. So there's a nice twist to some things that mothers say all the time. Okay, but this is about your creation. It might not be a physical child. This is about the life you're creating. This is about the happiness you created. This is about the consciousness you've been creating. This is about you've been looking for more awareness. You've been creating some emotional stability and gaining some emotional mastery. This is about the peace you've been creating. What came out? Oh, Mom Lambo, self-sabotage. Card number 24. Is the number one person you have to create or protect your creation from you? Do you tend to self-sabotage everything? Oh my God, I can look at so many ways in my past I self-sabotage. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Just recognize it, because if you can recognize it, then chances are, the next time it comes up, being more aware of, oh man, when I do this, I screw myself. I don't want to do that no more. And then because you said that to yourself, then the next time, oh, I'm going to remember, when the next time I have the chance to screw myself like this, I'm going to remember this and I'm going to make a different choice. So if you realize somewhere you made a choice, it's not exactly ideal, and dang, you got consequences and repercussions. Okay, well, what will we do different next time we invoke that idea? You know what I'm saying? And I always say it like this: if you're sitting here living with shame or guilt or regrets, it's a wasted energy. I say it like this: I'm glad I did all that stupid shit a long time ago, because now I know better than to do it today, now that I actually have like a real life going for myself. And no matter what the situation is today, I'm still glad I did all the dumb shit I did before, because I did a lot of dumb shit in my life. Oh my God. But haven't we all? Like, who didn't? I did a lot of things that just were not very wise. And I took myself down a lot of unhealthy roads in life. But it was all beneficial. I learned from the experiences. I learned more about myself. I learned about my value. And that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. It's like somebody here, you're finally figuring out all the ways you self-sabotage yourself. And it's like the self-sabotage energy, what was keeping the guy under the water, under the emotions, underneath the spirit. Okay, underneath, not floating on top, not rising up out of it. Okay. Yeah. And so I just see like that self-sabotage energy, it had to go. It's card number 24, and the card number 24, we have 2 with the high priestess and 4 with the emperor. So this is like knowing exactly what you need to do to make it better. It's like, you know what you need to do to make it better. You know which moves you need to make, and you know that you're messing yourself up. I heard shooting yourself in the foot, doing that same thing again. I'm going to read from the book about the self-sabotage card with Mom Lambos. It says, you're holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? Your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and your power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is the voice telling you you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired action can you take today? I have compassion for myself. And then, towards the end of that reading, I heard, yeah, so often you've been so loyal and faithful to those who have shown you nothing but disrespect, and in that you disrespected yourself. Yeah, so let me see what's at the bottom of the deck here from this one. It has Nana Buluku. It says seasons. And then, of course, I hear seasons change. Okay, I hear that song. You guys like that song? You remember that one? They want me to look up the lyrics from it. Let me see. Okay, seasons change. Who is that? Is that Lisa? Lisa? Let me see. Seasons change lyrics. Mm-mm-mm. Expose. That's who it is. Expose. Hold on, let me find it. I want to read the lyrics. Some dreams are in the nighttime, and some seem like yesterday, but leaves turn brown and fade, ships sail away. You long to say 1,000 words, but seasons change. It feels like it's forever, no reason for emptiness, but time just runs away. No more day by day. You dream again, it seems in vain when seasons change. I want you, I want to feel you by my side, I need you. Don't you know I need you? Baby, seasons change, feelings change. It's been so long since I found you, yet it seems like yesterday. Seasons change, people change. I'll sacrifice tomorrow just to have you here today. Forever seems so far away. There's time for love and for play. You dream about today, feeling slips away. The winds that blow, they go away, and seasons change. I want you. Don't hide your feelings from inside. I need you. I've got to have your love now, baby. Seasons change, feelings change. Okay, and then the rest is just the hook. And nothing is different there. So, yes, seasons change. So, one of the things it's talking about is sharing your feelings when you have them now. Um, and so, is that the thing? One of the things, you have feelings coming up, you have the chance to share them now. You get scared to feel them. And so, you want to protect yourself. Is somebody going through that? Watch out. Don't sabotage a great love. Okay, somebody here, you could be having that experience. Oh my goodness. All right, I want to use my triple decker of Oracle cards because I put them together the other day and they were really fun to use. So, I want to use them again. Let's get some shuffles on this, and I'm gonna pull a spread now. I'm feeling like pulling a spread with these. I have my everyday pocket tarot over here. I also have the radiant right away tarot here. So we'll see if we go ahead and clarify these with some tarot. But let's get a spread first. Let me get another shuffle here. With it being so many cards, we'll just do it 3 times this way, and then we'll take it from the palm. All right, what's the message? Let's do the 7 card spread. Show me in the past. Thank you. That was perfect. The past card came out. It says iceberg submerged. That's perfect because that goes perfect with the energy I was talking about with this rising card. It's like you've been underneath the water. It's like some character trait, some personality, your true self. Have you been drowning your true self to try to entertain some BS? Oh no, what a mess. That's what I heard. So yeah, submerged. Something was under the surface, under the water. Maybe it was your talent. Maybe you felt, I just got this energy here. Did you feel like, I think spirit's just protecting me, and that's why things aren't popping off the way I'd like them to, with your career or your business or your whatever it is, your relationship. Mm. Yeah, because that protection card spoke it to me saying, you had the idea that you were meant to be protected at the time. Maybe while it was a time where you felt vulnerable, you felt danger, you felt like you could be in danger if you were exposed. And oh my God, and the group's name was Expose. Interesting. An expose, if I'm not mistaken, is like a news article to bring something in focus into light. Let me see. Expose definition. Hold on a second, because they make me go down these rabbit holes. Expose definition. Yeah, to make something visible by uncovering it. All right. So in the past, something was submerged. It could have been a character trait of you. Maybe you were real timid and real shy. Were you real timid and real shy? And now you're like, dun da da da, here I am, world. Everybody look at me. Guess what? I have something to say. You need to hear me, or you need to see this, or let me show you what I have. Or yeah, it's like coming out in front of the crowd, coming out in front of the lights, being ready to be seen. But with the self-sabotage card, it's like in the shadows, watch out, because this is tarot in the shadows. I think this is that shadow aspect, self-sabotage for fears. Like, you ready to let go and step into this new season? Or you're going to self-sabotage it because you're not ready. If you self-sabotage it, you're probably not ready. I don't feel like you're gonna self-sabotage it here though. I feel like the self-sabotage is something you've been dealing with. Like maybe you wanted to back down, or maybe you're like, damn, every time I get on the stage, my whole stomach just twists and I feel sick. But I'm gonna go do it anyway. Like you had the chance to self-sabotage. We're like, nah, I'm not messing this up this time. I'm in it. I'm in it to win. Oh, okay. Let me see what your current energy is. What's the current energy? Oh, I'm so grateful for all of your presence. Thank you for the growth on my channels. Oh my God, I love this music and harmony. Didn't I just talk about being on the stage? Okay. And we had to read the lyrics to the song. This is perfect. It's harmony and music. And then with the song, it was making me think about loving while you have the opportunity. Like when you have it in front of you and it's available to you, like whether that's loving that your ability to do something in front of the stage, or for some of you, the stage is in the form of this new relationship. Where it could be real easy to self-sabotage because I don't know, I've been by myself for a long time. Okay, let me see. What's the hidden blessing here? Let's keep moving before I get stuck, because I could get stuck on a tangent. But I see harmony right here. It says harmony. So it's like you're complementary. There's a complementary energy. While you've been submerged, and I heard this, while you've been submerged, while you've been alone, while you've been lost in your feelings, while you've been lost in your spirit, while you've been in this state of in the shadows or in the darkness, maybe you've been living the dark soul of the night. What has happened is because it was you and you so much of the time, you had to develop a harmony with yourself. And I definitely hear some of you really did take seriously that invitation to make an agreement between your divine mind and your ego mind, so that they could be in cooperation instead of have the ego constantly fighting with you because it's trying to not get killed. The death of the ego. If it was meant to be killed, it wouldn't be an aspect of your human characteristics, and every human's characteristics. Even our anger is beneficial as long as it's used in a wise way. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things the ego gives us is there for a reason, and we talked before about understanding the reason and the use of it is in the difference between you don't go to the calendar to find out the temperature outside, and you don't go to the thermostat to find out what day of the week the next month on the 24th is going to fall on. You don't look at that on the thermostat. You go to the calendar for that reference material. And one of the things that has been coming out is that, yeah, the ego has been used as in a way that it wasn't designed to be. The ego is designed to give you feedback based off of known information. And then you get in that internal argument because you're looking for the human brain, because it's coming from the human brain, right? To coincide with the spirit mind. And the spirit mind and the ego mind are different. The physical mind is different from the spirit mind. The divine mind is different from the ego mind. And they're going to give you a different frame of reference material, right? A different scope of reference material. They're not all shooting the same thing. And so people get themselves confused and caught up by looking to uh, trying to get the ego to accept what spirit has shown, but the ego will not be able to understand that because there's no known information, no known integers, no known information. There's nothing. We do not have that we cannot run that program. We don't have that program. Error message number. No spiritual input on this, please. The ego mind starts going crazy. Because it's trying to make sense out of what spirit has shown. So when you introduce, hey, divine mind, meet ego mind, meet divine mind, guess what? You have two different functions, but we all have the same purpose. And it's that we thrive while we are alive, and we enjoy and we love. And so we're all working for the same goal. How about we collaborate with each other? Because you've both been right many times before. Can we be partners? And then the way I seen it every time, and I'm seeing it the same way again, is, and then they go skipping into the sunset, holding hands, working in partnership. And I know that for myself, after having that conversation, like I started to see the energy open up in my life. I started to see more flow come back, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. I wonder if that's what's been going on my whole life, because I really feel like I've sabotaged a lot of stuff, and I feel like you could totally resonate with that. Like in the past, I told you I did a lot of dumb shit. And so you could be feeling like you made a lot of mistakes in your past, but you can't get mad at yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time, and now you're gonna do different because you know different, right? But having that harmony within is what's coming out with this music card in your current energy, and that harmony helps protect you from self-sabotage. All right, now let's go ahead and see our next position, which is the hidden blessing. Hidden blessing says ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Now, can they just sum up what I've been talking about for the last, let's see, we're 36 minutes in. I've been talking about this for at least 30 minutes in some form or fashion. And they just summed it up in this one nice little statement. Thank you for that channel message. There's somebody, guys, says ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. That is your hidden blessing. And I love that the word lessons is there, because I ended up having to tattoo it right here so I could remember. Right here on my hand, when I look down, it says lessons and blessings, reasons and seasons. Every lesson comes with a blessing. There's a reason for every season. When I find the lesson in my life and I can appreciate it, boom, the blessing is unlocked. And there's a reason for every season. Yeah, and ownership, accountability. Accountability is everything. If you make mistake, I had to lie to somebody just this morning. Why you guys always make me tell my embarrassing dirt to teach somebody else? Here we go. I had to lie to somebody. It was a little white lie, but I did have to lie. So as soon as I text back this lie, and it wasn't going to hurt nobody at the end of the day. Everybody was going to be fine. But I did have to tell lie. And I don't lie. So when I was done, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I had to lie right now. But I just had to. I just had to lie. I couldn't tell them the truth. I had to lie. Please forgive me. We're still a good person. So there's that energy here in the hidden blessing. Like you had to acknowledge. And that's the other thing. Remember that those shadow aspects, the anger, the lie, and a bunch of other stuff that you have in your toolbox, those shadow traits, the stuff that is bad. It's only bad because it's running around unchecked. It's unowned. It's disowned. Boom, with the word ownership coming out in the hidden blessing, is a disowned part of yourself. That's why it controls you when it gets a little bit of leeway. But that's why owning that shit is so empowering, and that gonna give you a level of mastery over. So can't decide for you. You're gonna decide when and how much of it you use in which way. It helps attribute to your mastery of the self, of your abilities, and you have so many. I mean, we gotta. I've been trying to tell people for years, like, yes, I always talk about reaching for a higher vibration. Yes, you should feel as amazing as possible, and yes, you can make it better. But that does not say that your low vibrational emotions aren't equally as valuable in information giving, enlightening, All your emotions, whether they are high vibrational or low vibrational, serve an amazing purpose for you. So emotional intelligence to me means, and I'm not talking about this, I did not look up, but to me it means understanding what my emotions are trying to communicate me about my experience. And so understanding that is very helpful. And a lot of times our greatest teacher about emotions and behaviors is going to be through some shit we did wrong. Absolutely, because you feel like crap afterwards, and you be feeling guilty later, and then you're like, I don't want to feel this way no more. Anyways, in the challenge, moving on, what do we have in the challenge? Oh, the past. I'm done right now with these cards. The challenge position is the past. It says, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. The past is the challenge. And it's like, and if you keep looking at everything through the past, expecting the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same thing. If you do the same thing you did then, you're going to get the same result all over again, and then you wonder why shit don't change. You're going to have to do something different to bring harmony to this shit that was submerged under the iceberg, that was under the water. You were trying to hide it with all these emotions. And I'm hearing fake happiness, obsessive depression, and just, it's like emotions that are at extreme ends, imbalanced. They are not imbalanced. They're not centered. They are not grounded. They are not calm. They are not peaceful. They are extreme. And again, they want me to reiterate that could have been extreme depression all the way to the other end of the spectrum with extreme joy and bliss. Okay, even that, using those emotions to try to hide something, because it's like, if it's really strong on your heart, it's gonna have to come out at some point. It's gonna have to come out at some point if it's gonna be dealt with and released. Yeah. And so in this, that's your big challenge, is to release it. Somebody here, you're having a lot of emotions about some things you haven't wanted to think about or feel about for a long time. That is very clear for me here. Yeah. And that's, I'm hearing, and that's why you always self-sabotage, because you haven't addressed that issue. And it's like they said, it'll vibrate differently if you could just accept it and acknowledge it. That's what makes it vibrate differently. They said that's why things started showing up so many more results for you once you embraced your ego, because what you did is you accepted it as what it is, and you acknowledge its presence. You even showed it gratitude. And then also with all those pains in your life, you acknowledge it as something that happened, and what it gave you, and how you even acknowledge how much it hurt or disappointed. But in your looking at it and realizing all these different aspects of it, it's like you unlock it, and it must change. It must change. So that's interesting there. The way they're showing to, I wish I could describe it with some sort of video game or movie or something, but it's like the emotion is this thing sitting over here on the table, for example, and it's attached to an event, and that event is locked in my mind, and I don't want to think about that event because it hurts too much, because I don't know why that happened to me, because I didn't deserve that. Of course you didn't deserve that. But even when it's hard, there's always a blessing inside. And I can only say that spirit, of course I'm channeling this, but spirit shows me through my own life experience, in the most difficult things, the most beautiful things are grown. If you think about, every seed ever planted was started from the dirt. So if your life was being dirt, that's so you could grow flowers, baby. If it stank like shit, that just mean it was fertilized, and flowers gonna grow real fast. Okay. Somebody's like, oh yeah, that must be my life. Oh, okay. But I don't see I heard somebody say, but I don't see flowers growing. You haven't learned to find them. You know, when the flowers first start to come out, they're really tiny. It's hard to see. Be careful you don't step on them. They be really tiny. And so sometimes, like, we haven't been good to even see what's growing there. And you know, then we don't take care of it right. And so there's a strong message here, you know. The challenge is to find the gems out of that past messed up shit stinking situation of dirt. Oh, I love. Okay. And the past is holds so many people back. They want to keep it hidden. They And it's like by keeping it hidden, it stays inside. It stays inside you. And then you wonder why you get sick and have this ease in the body, because you're holding on to some shit that you could let go of. And it's like, talking about it once ain't gonna do it. You're gonna talk about it over and over and over again. And at first you might get angry or you might bow your head up, but then you keep talking and then you realize things, and then you can find gratitude, but it has to be that by decision. You have to decide, you know what? I don't, this is a shit bag you gave me right here. I don't like the shit bag you gave me. But that girl said that for her, she was even able to look at her dad's suicide and find the gems. So if she could look at her own dad killing himself, setting himself on fire in front of her, her mom, and her sister, and her whole high school when she was a little kid, that really happened in her memory, and find a blessing in that, she said, because that he did that, it catapulted, it spring loaded her spiritual awakening, and then she became good at understanding suicide and death and abandonment issues and codependency issues and drug abuse issues, and also unhealthy karmic toxic relationship issues. And then she helped the whole world with it because she had a YouTube channel, and she would get on here and she would read cards and she would talk about stuff, and Spirit would talk about all those experiences. And so she said she found a blessing out of that, and that's some crazy shit. I don't know if I believe her. She might fucking be lying, who knows. She talks crazy anyways. And then, but if that's true, if that really helped her heal from all that, and she really went through all that stuff, then she said, well, I have this one experience I've been hiding in the closet. I ain't figured it out. I ain't talked about it. Maybe can you help me make it better for me so that I could feel like it was a blessing? Because right now it feels like the shit that ruined the rest of my life. That's the past card. Does that make sense? I hope you got that. If that makes sense, put, where is the lesson? That's the question you want to ask. So put it in the comments so I know you got it. If you got that, if you understood that, then it was definitely for you. Put it in the comments. Let me know you got that. Where is the lesson in this? Okay, or you could just put hashtag shitbag, because that's a shitbag. We're gonna dig through the shitbag until we find the gems. I heard the truffles. Did you know that truffles comes out of pig poop? I didn't know that. I didn't know that for the longest time. Oh my god, somebody loves truffles. If you love truffles, I heard 5,000 points. Okay, let me see what is in your environment. The cave comes out with sanctuary. You have a safe place, a safe space. You are safe. So you're finding your security. I hear one of the things that's important right now is you're finding your security. It's not coming out like a person, it's coming out like a place where you can feel safe. You have a safe place. And now the other thing I'm getting here, now I'm getting another person. There's somebody external to you, because we have a caveman writing on the wall. What is caveman writing on the wall talking to me about? It's talking to me about documenting and recording information, the documentation and recording of information for future generations. Yeah, like YouTube. They got all those words from that girl who talks crazy and who claims to be grateful for her father's suicide because it changed her life for the better. Yeah, right. and this YouTube thing she does, and this wisdom app thing she does, as long as those two things are around, well, guess what? There's a long-term document of it for future generations, and then thousands of people, millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, all of the people left on earth will eventually hear about that stuff, type of thing. And maybe it's not exactly like that, right? But that's the vibe that it gave me, and so that's the way the message is coming out. It's even like the other thing that I'm getting is that the universe is becoming part of the crystalline grid. And they said that is so true. The actions you take right now to take ownership over those shadow traits, to own your blessed, safe, and protected stand no matter where you are in your scan, to acknowledge the things that you did that were not the best idea back then. Okay, all these actions, all of these energies that you're generating becomes part of the crystalline grid. And what is that? That's it's Gaia's Akashic records. You know what the Akashic record? Everything that ever happened. everything that ever happened with every human ever on Earth. But it's for Gaia. It's like the record of everything that happened on Earth. Okay, it becomes part of that. Is the vibe. It's like what you're doing as you take ownership of things, and you heal the challenges of the past, becomes part of the permanent record. Why does that even freaking matter though? Well, it matters because if you have the permanent record in the human consciousness, all humans ever, from the point of its entry into the human record, into the crystalline grid, into the Akash, it will be available for anyone to draw from. Anyone who's tapped in and aligned with it will draw from it, and then they'll be able to download it really easy. They'll be able to skip across some information somewhere. They're going to wake up one day and it's going to be right there in the email. They're going to open up their Instagram. It's going to be the first thing that they see. They're going to walk across they're going to take a peruse through the secondhand store, find the perfect book with that information. They're going to be flipping through the radio, stop on an interesting, wonder what they're talking about on this talk radio show, and come across something. You know what I'm saying? It becomes more accessible for them. And it's like when there's a question, the answer is provided. Interesting. And so because you were questioning it took you down the rabbit hole. I heard you were the pioneer, you were the groundbreaker. You really figured out some cool things about this. And then you shared it with other people. And even some of the people that did not know that's what they were looking for, but they found it and they were compelled to continue to come back to it. And then there's other people out there that you don't even know, and they're being drawn to it right now at this moment. And they're hearing it in different ways. And it's like, because there's others out there who are in alignment with that frequency, and they're asking is strong enough in their heart, they get the download, and then now somebody else is channeling the same thing over there. And maybe one day you will meet, and maybe one day you won't, but it's happening. You're not the only one. Okay, guidance for your best alchemist is take a moment. Ooh, I'm just looking at the image because it shows butterflies over her mind. And it looks like one just flew in, and it seems to be one that's lit up like an angel mentality. There's a download coming in, and it's like, take a moment. And I'm going to read it to you right now, but just with the words, take a moment, the image, she's got her head slightly bowed. Her eyes are closed, and you see the butterflies, and then there's the one with the trail of light behind it, and it's luminescent as well. And then, so what I see with that's like she's getting a download. Give yourself a moment to process the new energy. Give yourself that moment to process the new information. Some of you, this is groundbreaking information that we've talked about here. I hear you've got a whole lot of meat and potatoes in today's message already. Yeah, and that give yourself a minute to process it. Okay, stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. In the outcome energy, it says river, movement. You're going to take action, but you're going to sit with it for a minute. It didn't say don't do it. It says pause. Take a moment to sit with your spirit. Let that communication happen. Let that awareness sink in. Let you get past this emotional phase. There's something about an emotional phase going on. Come out of that emotional phase, then make the decision. I heard don't make them life-changing decisions based on temporary emotions. That's not what you want to do. That's what I heard. So you have to excuse me, but I need to blow my nose so that I can continue. We're going to take out some tarot cards next and go over this. But before I do that, I want to know what's at the bottom of this triple decker oracle deck. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I have no problem blowing my nose on camera. To me, it's better than slurping it back. And I need to breathe, and I talk fast, so I need to be able to breathe through my nose. I can't with a plugged up nose. All right. Now I'm gonna let me use the Rider-Waite first, the Radiant Rider-Waite deck to get tarot on this and see what else comes out. But like I said before, let's look at the bottom of the triple oracle deck. The card there says stay connected. We're all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through the life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to source. That's why you've been kept submerged. That's why you've been kept alone. That's why you've been in this dark night of soul. It was all for you to reconnect to source, and now you know how to stay connected. Okay, hold on. I need to get a drink of coffee because this is a lot. And my mouth doesn't move fast enough. And yeah. So, stay connected is saying so much. It's like when you realize, you will see all the ways that you were always connected. You were never not connected. The connection that's always been there will become very clear. You'll start to see how you knew what to do, and that inner voice was always talking to you. You just didn't know what it was. You just thought it was a great idea. Well, I wonder what they would say if it was really them saying it. I wonder what would happen if, and I think I should go over here and turn this way and do this right now and do it later, or whatever it was. It guided you through your life and you didn't even realize what it was until it shut off. It didn't shut off for long, but it shut off long enough for you to realize what it felt like to not feel connected, so that you could understand that you're always connected. It was at your request. It was at your own request. You were the one that wanted to know what it felt like to be disconnected, so you could then appreciate the connection that you have. The connection to what? The connection to self, to source, to the universe, to the consciousness, and to yourself. That was what was being blocked by you. Whatever this was that was submerged, this experience, this hurtful thing that you don't want to look at, don't want to talk about for so long, you didn't. Now you finally brought peace to it. That's what was one thing that was getting in the way of your connection to self, to source, to God, to universe, to collective consciousness, to cosmic consciousness, whatever you want to call it. We speak all those vernaculars. But yeah, it felt so low vibrational that it was like pulling, drawing and quartering yourself from yourself. But it was because you weren't making sense of why it happened for you and that it was happening for you. Instead, you decided, with putting a period at the end of a statement, that, well, this is the thing that ruined the rest of my life. Well, damn, do you understand what you just spoke into your existence? You're not saying that shit no more. You haven't said that for years now. And so now you're like, this is all the setup for my come up. This is all blessings and miracles and magic and miracles that's happening in my life every day. I'm going to find some more today. Where else am I going to find it today? I find it every day. The universe is always conspiring in my favor. I have this thing I'm touched with, paranoia. Yeah, but before it wasn't. But the thing is, to be in that state of flow, in the high vibrational flow like that, requires authenticity. That's where whatever this was the iceberg was submerged, right, was getting in the way of your authenticity. You had to bring authenticity even to those painful places. People try to find shortcuts for this shit all the time. And they think that if they go sit down in their therapist's office and just pay their therapist for the rest of their life, every month, once a month, or every week, once a week, or every 2 weeks, however often they go, that all of a sudden it's just going to be taken away. And I'm not knocking therapy at all. But the fact of the matter is, as long as you try to run from it, it's going to chase you. Yeah, as long as you're trying to run from it, it's going to chase you. The very fact that you run from it is an indicator that it must chase you, whether you want to accept it, agree with me or not. Like, that's just what I've seen. And, if you're not vibing, okay, bye. But if you get it, you get it, and that's okay. And the thing of it is, once you brought that up from the dark, you were able to release it from your energy. Boom, now you're living in authenticity. That's the sun that came out, our first card out, the sun. And the Page of Wands. The good news is you went on an exploration. That was the adventure you went on. The exploration of who? Of you. Of what? Of you. Of your past experience. Of that hurtful event. Of that fucking tragedy that ruined the rest of your life. That terrible experience that you suffered. That was so unfair. They should have never did that to me. You're absolutely right. Now let's see how it served your best interest from this point, from where we stand today. How has it served you? that you had that rotten experience so that you never had that again, and you probably told somebody else so that they could protect themselves, like, or maybe you became an advocate, or maybe you did something different, you raised your kids different, I don't know, you did something different as a result of that ugly thing that you did. So that's gonna unlock again. When you see the lessons, that's what unlocks the blessings, right? When you can bring love to it, okay, you can find appreciation for it, okay, boom, now you unlock the blessings in it. So let's see what those blessings look like. What card deck do I have that we could use? See what those blessings look like. Oh gosh, this is disgusting. And now I'm teasing get coffee all it was. Okay, I need to blow my nose again. My allergies is starting to kick in, which means it's past my bedtime. All right, thank you. Much better. Okay, I can breathe again. Let me go first into the tarot. I completely didn't do that yet. So let's do this tarot. I'm gonna go over this spread real quick. Pull some tarot cards and just see what else comes out about this spread before we move into what those blessings look like. What is it this rising? What is this writing in you? Let's start with the iceberg. Show me the iceberg. Why is the iceberg here? Show me the iceberg. The iceberg is justice. Wow. Justice has been submerged. Oh my God. You can vibe with that, can't you? You can understand. It seemed like for so long that, like, if you were doing the right thing, you couldn't get a break sideways, up, front, down, up, front way, sideways, upside down. You couldn't seem to get a break. Justice was submerged. Justice was out of you. Justice wasn't happening for you. It felt like it. Let me see why music and harmony is here. Show me music and harmony. And we just came out of Libra season. So, that's perfect because justice is Libra. Yeah, we just came out of Libra season. Now we're in Scorpio season. So it's like the last season, things still were not popping off. Libra season until like the 22nd of October, things seemed to be dead. And then boom, it started to come up after that, Page of Swords. And they was calling you, they was contacting you, information was coming in, you were making sense out of stuff. With harmony, you were starting to understand something about the justice, about Libra season, and making sense of the things that had happened before, making sense of the things that happened from the end of September until the end of October. I'm starting to understand that more. You start something right now, you're asking for more harmony. And you're starting to see justice coming out of the water now. With this yin yang looking on his chest, he's totally giving me justice vibes. And as he's coming out of the water, he's looking like justice rising. Justice is rising. Oh, man. Okay, let me get these cards that just flew in here. Okay, it was just one. Perfect. The ownership card. Page of Wands and your hidden blessing. Good news. And we had the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It was just letting me know you have been, we had at the bottom of the deck of the large deck is letting me know you have been taking accountability. You've been measuring up the experience, like, oh, this is why this happened. This is why that happened. Okay, I see where this is where I'm accountable. Oh, that kept happening to me because I kept making this choice. All right, now I know what to do. All right, show me the past card. What's this past card here? The past card is here because the Ten of Swords and it's rolled itself into reverse and it's saying, yeah, because it's dead and gone. It's over. Just let it be. Let sleeping dogs lie. Don't go trying to resurrect them. We don't do necromancy around here. Yeah, if it's done, let it go. I heard be careful when you try to go digging around. Is that the problem? You always been a person you like to go digging around looking for old friendships, old relationship people you used to be with or used to have a crush on back in high school, and then you keep ending up with a lot of pain. You're like, dang, that's not the way I thought that was gonna go. Maybe I should have never connected with the person. You start to realize, well, dang, that's why they're in my past because they don't have nothing for me now. Oh, dang, that's a tough realization. All right, show me the cave and sanctuary. This is the other side of the table energy. Show me the cave and sanctuary is the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, on the other side of the table, what do you have? You have everything. You have reciprocation. You have getting what you deserve. You have receiving. This is you and receiving your abundance, okay, from that justice energy that's coming out. Like there's a payday that comes with this. So there's a generous benefactor, okay, taking note. You're going to be compensated for your documentations, for your experiment, for your efforts. You'll be compensated. Okay, now that compensation could be monetary, or it could be by other resources and gifts opening up for you. Okay. Show me why we have to take a moment here. Show me take a moment. Why do we have to take a moment here? You have to take a moment here with the Chariot in reverse. And it's telling me don't go running off. Like just slow your roll. Take your time. Don't go chasing. We don't chase, we attract. We don't chase, we attract. The only thing we chase is ourselves, so that everything else out there gets the signal to chase us too. Yay. It's great when we chase ourselves, because then everybody else chases us. In other words, we stay with us. We stay focused on what we have to do, what is our purpose and all that. And anything that's aligned with that is attracted to you. Oh, and what you get is baby, you get the Two of Cups with the river. In the moment, love is moving forward, honey. This love is going to grow. This thing that you're focusing your pure positive love energy with that Sun card on, oh, it's going to grow. It's going to blossom. It's going to be exploding. I love it. The Judgment card in a beautiful way, a beautiful explosion of rainbows and glitter. Okay, and money and love and success and accomplishment and recognition. A whole lot of things I heard. A whole lot of things. Oh, that's a disgusting one. All right. Let me see here. What good things do you have to look forward to? Let me get. I gotta get this done and get out of here because I'm starting to sneeze like crazy. I told you my allergies were starting out. We were fine when we started, but when I stay up long, I can tell sometimes it happens when I need to go to sleep. So here we go. And what's the message here? What good things can we see coming as a result? Show me what this Two of Cups is, because it's love. Whatever it is, it's mutual love. So let me see, what is it? Good things coming for you. What's the good things coming for you in this? What's the good things coming for you? Okay, good things coming for you. It says divine grace covers you. Ooh, I love that. Divine grace covers you. That's beautiful. And look at Pronoia card is at the bottom of the deck. The Pronoia card, a psychology term for a person who believes that the world around them conspires to do them good. It's the opposite of paranoia, the positive counterpart of paranoia. Because you know all things are working in your favor, divine grace covers you. Good. Let's get you a closing card of guidance from the Healing Energy Oracle, another new deck that I was just gifted yesterday from the homie Sunny. All right. What is the message? What's the final message, parting words of wisdom you have for the tribe? Guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my faith to God, and my faith is rewarded. That's it, baby. Your faith is rewarded. You're covered by divine grace. Thank you for being here. Please leave me something in the comments. And thank you so much for your likes and shares and growth on the channel. And just for the fact that you keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up as long as you keep showing up, okay? Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias, little baby. And I'm out.